Hey guys, Crew Blind Wave, I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
I'm Aaron.
And we did not do a Q&A for Rebels this week because we were just so busy, but we don't want to waste your guys' questions. We had some awesome questions, so before we get into the reaction this week, guys, we're going to do a real quick round of Star Wars Rebels Q&A. All right?
Okay.
First question, make your answers very quick. Lisa's World says, what do you think will happen when Ahsoka goes up against Vader?
She doesn't kill him.
I'm hoping that no one dies. It's either Ahsoka dies or they split off and then no one dies and then they regroup.
I hope it's an emotional fight with dialogue, and Ahsoka's overwhelmed and barely gets away, but they live to fight again.
I have one from the brains behind the idiot. Hey guys, what are the chances of seeing Boba Fett in Rebels or some other bounty hunters?
Ooh, Boba Fett and Rebels.
I think there's a big chance of that.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
definitely see
that'd be
that
awesome,
because
right?
he would be pretty close to being Boba Fett. Like
We
legit.
could have like an arc.
Yeah,
We could
like
have
actually-
an arc where he's chasing down the ghost.
And as we know from Clone Wars, he does not have Slave One that crashed with Hondo, right? Remember Hondo?
Yeah, I believe that sounds
Yep.
right.
Yeah. So he doesn't have Slave One. He's got to get it back.
It'd be cool to see how he got that back.
Yep. He's got to get his father's Mandalorian armor and customize it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind seeing Bosk again. Or Ventress?
Ventress is dead.
We won't be seeing Ventress anymore.
Man, I didn't read the comic.
It was a book.
Whatever. I didn't read that either.
You need to read. You need to read more.
I can't read! Except for Q&A.
Q&A from BMF1999. Who do you think would win in a fight between Boba Fett or Cad Bane? No expanded universe stuff.
Boba Fett, because he has armor and Cad Bane doesn't.
Well, without expanding universe stuff, probably Cad Bane. We've seen him be much more capable.
He did take on Obi-Wan and Quinlan Vos in that one episode of Clone Wars.
That is true.
And he infiltrated the Jedi Temple.
Yeah, but he had the help of that robot guy.
True. Cad Bane's pretty awesome.
I don't know. I'm going to go with Boba Fett.
All we've seen is Boba Fett's blunders in the movies.
That would be an awesome thing to see on Rebels.
Both of them fighting? Because we
Yes.
don't know what happened to Cad Bane, right?
No, we
He's
don't.
still out and about somewhere.
He still is.
That would be sweet.
Yep.
How about we got one from Howard the Duck? I love the Inquisitor's lightsabers. I think they make sense. What if Vader is not training them on the same skill level that Darth Maul was trained?
Here's the thing with that. Dave Filoni already stated that Inquisitors aren't Sith. They're not trained at the same level. These lightsabers are made to accommodate their lower skill level. So
Yeah.
I like they're cool, but they wouldn't win against Darth Maul. All right, Darth Maul uses his weapon because he's well trained.
And I've already stated my opinion on those things many times.
Yeah, I know you don't like those.
And I hate them.
Yes.
Hate him?
I
I
think
mean, hate's a strong word. I hate Nazis.
And you know how much I reserve using it. I do not like those weapons. I think that it makes the animation suffer. The fights aren't as exciting, and I don't like it.
I have another pretty good one here from James Darkholm.
Okay.
Says, recently Dave Filoni mentioned that the Grand Inquisitor appeared in the Clone Wars series. Do you think we'll ever find out who or where the Inquisitors come from?
I still have my theory that they come from the Force-sensitive children that Palpatine was stealing away. We saw a group on Mustafar. I think there were more. I don't know. That's what I think they come from.
Yeah, I think that sounds right, but we've already said too that he's older than what they would be. So
Well, wait.
I'm wondering who he would have been in Clone Wars other than those
So
children.
you're saying Jason Isaacs Inquisitor was in Clone Wars?
That's what they're claiming Dave Filoni has said, is that the Inquisitor had been in Clone Wars, appeared in the Clone Wars series.
Well, I haven't heard about that, but if he did, I guess I'd assume.
That makes me really curious.
Well, he couldn't be any of those kids because he'd be too old.
Yeah,
Yep.
he'd be too old, so he'd have to be someone a little bit older.
Mm.
So that makes me quite.
I
curious
want
on
a
that,
source.
right. Give us answers.
John, Captain Silver says, no, that was not the medical station from Clone Wars. Yes, it was one just like it, but that one was destroyed in a separatist attack. So, even though I said, hey, we see that from Clone Wars, it wasn't the same place, it was a different one.
Eric said it wasn't me.
Well, you didn't even recognize it.
I did too. It was a space station.
It's just, yeah, okay. Anyway, so,
that PlayStation.
thank you, John, Captain
excited.
Silver. Captain Silver?
Captain Silver, yeah. All right. How about Madison Badger says, do you think we will see the return of R2 and 3PO in Rebels, or do you think their property is going to be saved for Force Awakens?
We've already seen him once.
Yeah, they were in season 1, which they do
Yeah.
mention about them being in season 1, but
Yeah.
I can't see that they're just going to be like, well, now they're in Force Awakens, they can't be in Rebels anymore.
Well,
I'm sure.
no.
Why not? We'll see him.
There had to be a reason why they go to Alderaan or whatever.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, there's some reason of what they're doing in between episodes
Yeah.
3 and 4, so they're gonna have to show back up.
Yeah.
And now they've met the rebels, so they will.
Okay.
They're more likely to be seen again, I think, since we already saw him.
Yeah.
And then we'll finish up with Lord of Shadows. He has like 3 things here. He said, "Hi guys, here are some questions. After the events of Siege of Lothal, do you think that Darth Vader is going to have an interest in Ezra, like the Inquisitors in the future?"
I don't know. I don't think Vader is even thinking that right now.
Yeah,
I think he's still search and destroy mode. He wants to find Kenobi.
Yeah.
He hates the Jedi. Barring everything we know about EU stuff, I don't think he's interested in training anyone like that.
I don't think he cares about Ezra and Kanan
Yeah.
as much as Ahsoka.
True. I don't think he was very impressed with our rebels.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I think they're too insignificant to Vader. And Filoni made sure that was the case.
Okay,
as
his
well.
next point. Do you think Darth Maul, like Rex, is going to return in Star Wars Rebels? And if he does, what do you think he will be?
I can only pray that he does.
Yep.
He better. And
I don't think he'll be an Inquisitor. I don't think he'll be affiliated with the Empire at all.
I think he would just be Darth Maul trying to seek revenge on something.
Yeah, I think that he would have escaped from whatever Palpatine had, just like in the Sons of Dathomir comic. He was kind of back in with his criminal underworld thing. Maybe ties with Mandalore, because we know that happened. But I have no idea what he would be like. I just imagine that 15 years later...
He'd be getting older.
I'd be interested to see what he looks like. That would be cool.
His
I don't know what he would be, though.
His legs are rusted.
Yeah.
He's getting new ones.
I hope he has double A lightsaber back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing
And
I missed.
last point, if there is a possibility, do you think that we are going to have new Sith Lords in Rebels? I think that would be cool. No.
I don't think we will.
Nope. Only 2 there are.
Yeah, I think the reason that we have the Inquisitors is to still give a threat of something that can be defeated,
Yeah.
but they're not going to bring in any more Sith
No
Lords.
more Sith. Yeah,
I agree.
Inquisitors-
The Sith are on a different level.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think Vader is going to go for the whole Secret Apprentice angle right now.
No.
If they ever do that, it better be Starkiller, and even then, he was not a Sith.
Nope.
True. That, I think, would take place before what's going on in Rebels, wouldn't it?
Around the same time.
Around the same time.
Around the same time?
Yeah. Like, Force Unleashed 2 is 1 year before A New Hope.
Yeah.
Or 2 years.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and get into this reaction for the episode of Rebels. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what number it is, but it's the next one after the last one we did.
Okay.
Make sure you guys are staying till after the reaction when we'll have our detailed analysis of this episode of Star Wars Rebels.
Alright, let's go.
Hit it. Is it dark or is Ezra's hair darker?
I think it's just dark.
Okay. His hair's darker.
Still
What are
blue.
you laughing at?
Yeah, but much darker.
I think this is LOL, but I know it's not.
Those are TIE fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but...
I know how to fly.
He's just going to take off by himself?
I guess.
This is a trap.
It's like Bespin. Hey, generators.
Oh. They're the fuel cells, right?
Yeah.
For the generators?
Scary looking.
Delete.
Looks like the Iron
delete.
Giant.
Yeah. A little bit.
Tree. Superman.
Exactly.
Hey.
Hondo!
Hello there. Oh, Bizargo. Well then, we have a mutual friend. Yes, it was. His ship. But we were enjoying. Who are you?
I'm Lando Calrissian.
Lando. So at last I meet the semi-famous Lando Calrissian. Oh, the stories I could tell. So many of them true.
So many of them. Well, he's fixing the power, I think.
Oh.
I think it's what the power was routed to.
Did he just turn it on without doing the nav computer? Good. That was very close to a supernova.
That would end his trip real quick, wouldn't it?
Ugnut.
Who is the buyer anyway?
Oh, this dude.
Where's Bizargo?
I don't deal with washed up old relics.
Oh, now let's leave your wife out of this. There is no. I am certain we can reach an accord.
I like that.
When it's him out in space? Crap.
That's terrible.
Right?
What? No. He's not Calrissian.
You lied to me? I knew I liked you.
Oh man, is he gonna send that guy into space? Ah!
Oh, sucks.
He's just dead
That
now.
guy just died. You know what I mean? And maybe someone
Oh,
finds
he
him.
had a mask on.
Maybe someone finds him before he dies.
It could be sealed.
Ooh!
That was pretty cool.
Nuh-uh. He's like T3.
This is amazing. What? I love it.
That's pretty cool.
Oh no, Hondo!
No! Use the force!
Ah!
Oh.
Dang, Chopper. Relentless.
One of my best friends was a Jedi. I'm pretty sure we were friends.
Well, I'm not really a Jedi.
Obi-Wan.
Well,
I think so.
then.
That's pretty cool looking. I'd
Kind of a
kill him right now.
mix of Kanan's and Rex's moves, kind of, right?
Yeah, a little bit, I think.
No!
Oh no, don't steal the Phantom. Ah! Ugh.
Yeah, that's not true. You stole the generators and my ship.
What an accusation! You wound me! So, you went for a little spin.
I was just trying to figure things out.
And did you?
I used to be like Hondo, out for myself and alone. But that's not who I am anymore.
You're on a different path now.
And I have you guys.
Alright. Star Wars Rebels, kind of a nice little filler episode, I thought.
What makes it filler?
Huh?
What makes it filler?
It doesn't do
Because
the
it had
main
nothing to do
story.
with anything like a main story.
I felt like it had to do with just Ezra's progression. You know
Yeah, it's
what I
like it
mean?
was like a one-off story. I don't think there's any like. Well, yeah, it did, but I mean, it's not like connected to like.
Like the Rebel Alliance and
Yeah,
Vader.
I mean, what if the generators has something directly to do with what they were
Maybe.
doing?
I
I
can
mean-
imagine maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not. When I say filler, I don't say that like insultingly or anything.
Okay.
It's not a bad word.
They're like, this is not an important episode. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
that's
it's
kind of how.
it's Rebels, and they're gonna have 20 episodes this season. I mean, not everyone's gonna be like the most earth-shattering, story-changing thing, but I still really enjoyed it. I love Hondo.
Yeah, he's
Um,
legit funny.
Yeah, and I'm
Two
seeing
times I legit laughed.
I'm seeing a brand new Ezra model. He looks a little older. His face is his face looks different to me, and his hair is much darker now.
You see that?
I thought
Like just from last episode?
Yeah.
I thought his hair was a little darker, maybe.
His hair was definitely darker, but his features and his face were a lot longer.
Huh.
His character models seemed to be a little taller too than we've last seen him.
So in one
They
episode,
did this in Clone Wars too. Like every 2 or 3 years, they would make new models of Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we just got a new model.
Yeah, I mean, I could see them doing that though, like for the new season though. But like to just do it between 2 episodes seems
No,
weird.
that's not how it works. Sometimes production order and air date order are not the same thing. Like in the Clone Wars, we would see like a new model, and then like the next season, we saw an episode that had the old model because they produced that one a lot earlier and they just never released it. I know that doesn't make much sense, but that's just how animation works because these things take. They worked on this a year ago. You know what I'm saying?
Or more.
Like
Now, in Clone Wars though, a lot of times you'd get episodes that didn't match in the timeline. So that
True.
could make sense that you get an older model.
I understand what you're saying, but in addition to that, there's also production order, and that sometimes is completely different than the chronological order.
So you're saying we're gonna see young Ezra model here in the future?
I'm not saying absolutely, but we could. I'm saying I think it's important that we see a new model because we're showing growth in Ezra. You know?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
The whole episode was about growth of Ezra.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was enjoyable. I like seeing Hondo back. You can say there's a small universe thing with that whole him coming back and meeting our ghost crew. But I enjoyed it. I liked it. It didn't bother me. I liked hearing Hondo reminisce about an old Jedi friend.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool. I'm always interested to hear about that old era. The whole line about let's leave your wife out of this.
Yeah, that was funny.
I gotta write that down and use it.
Yeah.
Every
Now I can never remember his name, but the red big guy.
Yeah.
That's a Jabba the Hutt alternative design that they reused for this, which I thought was cool.
Oh, really?
I think it's actually a McQuarrie design for Jabba the Hutt.
Rizzo.
You know, I could see like the original guy they had pose as Jabba the Hutt,
Yeah.
maybe wearing kind of something more like that.
I think he kind of
Rather
talked
than-
like him too.
Yeah, rather than being what they turned him into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun story. Like you said, having Hondo there was a lot of fun. It is kind of a small universe kind of thing. I kind of hope that if we saw him again, he would be having Slave 1, but I guess not. Maybe he'll just
Who,
know where
Hondo?
it is. Yeah.
Just having
I
slave.
thought it'd be cool to have that, and then we're like, oh my gosh, Boba's gonna come back.
I mean, he might still have it somewhere.
Maybe,
I,
I guess.
Maybe he met up with the one guy. Was it Davros? Is that his name?
Visaro.
Oh, Visaro.
Visario.
Where am I getting D from then? Anyway.
You want the D?
I mean, he could have met up with Visaro, left Slave 1 there, whatever, and captured his stuff. So he might still have Slave 1 somewhere.
Is Aura Singh still around? She never died in the Clone Wars, didn't she? I thought it would be cool to have her, have Bosk, and Boba Fett, because they were kind of like a little team, you know?
I'd like to see Bosk and Boba Fett
Yeah,
come
and
back.
he
I
was
want to
like-
see Boss come back for show.
Well, I'm saying, like, he was kind of like their student. I think it'd be cool to see him again, and he's, like, leading them.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. You know, I don't want to just turn every single time we talk about Rebels into, remember Clone Wars? But, I mean, they're so closely tied, and they're starting to do it themselves now, too, with bringing those characters.
Yeah.
We've got Rex-Im, Ahsoka,
Yeah.
Hondo, like...
Yeah, I just, honestly, if you had told me last year when we saw the trailer for the new season of Rebels that Rex will be a permanent member of the crew.
we only had, like, 2 episodes with him in there, so...
Yeah, well, we've had,
Easy.
this is the 4th episode, and this is the 4th episode he's appeared in. I mean,
Yeah.
he was, like, he had no reason to really be there except for that first scene where he's like, I'm training him.
Yeah.
You know? But to me, that seems like Rex is a permanent member of the crew.
It's nice to have him back.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I just consider it a sequel series, honestly.
I don't consider it a sequel series. I just consider it a melting pot of Star Wars because I think that I definitely think that we're gonna get some kind of Rogue One tie-in stuff here. I think.
That would be awesome.
I don't see why they wouldn't do something like that.
I would enjoy just more tie-ins to the actual, to the movies, not
Yeah.
just to Clone Wars itself.
Yeah.
Which so far, I mean, most of what they tied in has been that. But we have seen, 3PO and R2, and then we've seen Lando and, some stuff like that.
Yeah.
If we could get more tie-ins to the movies, and then especially the new movies coming out, like the Han Solo prequel movie,
Yeah.
wouldn't that be
That would
nice if they
cool.
tied those in together somehow? Oh, that'd be cool.
All right, guys, that was everything for Star Wars Rebels. Like every other show we do, if you have any questions, comments, theories, put those down in the comments below. Mark them with Q&A so that you guys can be in our full Q&A show.
Q&A again. Look at that.
So you guys can be in our full Q&A show. Not like the lightning round we did today.
Yeah.
Hopefully next week we're not just so stressed and busy. We'll be able to get this stuff out at the correct time. Other than that, I think that's going to be everything. I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
I'm Aaron.
And we'll see you guys next reaction. Shane Button.